Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to make a delicious pasta recipe, Puerto Rican style. Not only is this recipe very easy to make, but it's also convenient when feeding a lot of people. So let's get started. I'm going to start by filling up a pot with water and I'm going to let that come up to a boil so that we can add our pasta in later. Now I'm going to add my ground beef to a pan. I'm using 95% lean, 5% fat. And I'm going to cut up the meat a little bit and let it get brown. And I'm just going to keep mixing the meat, stirring it occasionally so that all the red pieces could be cooked and all the meat is brown. My meat has been cooking for about 8 minutes, and as you can see, you still have some red pieces. So I'm just going to keep stirring it, breaking it up with my spoon, and waiting for all of it to be brown. So now my meat is fully cooked. There's no more red pieces. And if you have big chunks, you could just break it up with your spoon like I'm doing here. And I just want to show you that there is no grease in my meat. This is why I get 95% lean, 5% fat. And now I'm going to season my meat. Here I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of sofrito and I'm going to mix it into the meat. Now I'm adding a tablespoon of garlic paste. If you don't have garlic paste, you can just add fresh garlic. You can use whatever you have. Now I'm adding a tablespoon of olives. If you don't like olives, then you can skip this step. Here I'm adding my dry seasonings, which is half a tablespoon of garlic powder, onion powder, cumin powder, oregano, adobo, and salt and pepper to taste. And I'm going to mix that into the meat and then let it cook for a few minutes. And I also added half a package of sazon con achote. Now I'm going to add my pasta sauce. I'm using the Emerald's Homestyle Marinara brand, but you can use whatever brand you like. And I'm using less than half of the bottle. And I'm just going to mix it all together, making sure all the meat and sauce are incorporated. And I'm going to let this cook on medium-low heat for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now that my water has come to a boil, I added a tablespoon of olive oil and a tablespoon of salt, and I'm just going to add my pasta and then I'm going to mix it around a little bit so that they don't stick together. And you want to cook this until the pasta is al dente. You don't want the pasta to be too soft or too hard. So about 5 minutes. My pasta cooked for 5 minutes. I drained it. Now I'm going to add the remaining of the sauce to the pasta and I'm going to mix that all together. Make sure that you coat all the pasta in the sauce. And I turn my heat down to low and I'm going to cook the pasta just for a few minutes before I add the meat. I let my pasta and my sauce cook for about 2 minutes. Now I'm going to add my meat and I'm just going to give this all a good mix. You want to make sure that all the meat, the pasta, and the sauce are all incorporated together. Now I'm going to sprinkle in some Parmesan cheese. You can add this to your preference as much or as little as you like. And then I'm just going to mix it into the pasta. And lastly, I'm going to add the mozzarella cheese. Again, you can add as much or as little as you like. And I'm going to give this one last stir and let it cook for about 5 minutes and then it should be all done. And here's what the pasta looks like after the additional 5 minutes of cooking. If you want, you can add extra cheese on top of this. I hope you guys give this recipe a try, and if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and I'll see you next time. Bye!